Hello, my name is Keaton Edwards, and I am a political science major at Mansfield University. This is my presentation referring to global issues, and in this video, I will be discussing the environmental impacts of clean energy production. To start discussing this topic, we need to first look at what is clean energy and why is it becoming more prominently practiced throughout the world. Clean energy is the creation of energy with little to no emissions of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide. Clean energy production has grown in popularity throughout the world as a response to excessive burning of fossil fuels in the past century. This transition to clean energy has become important in discussion as it is the clearest solution to pollution and climate change when it comes to energy production. The impact on the environment, however, as a result of clean energy production can vary in the method of creating energy. The forms of clean energy production that have the most impact in the environment and that I will be discussing in depth are solar, wind, hydro, and nuclear power. Each of these methods of energy production contribute to uses of energy on a global scale while also having large impacts on the environment in the form of geography alteration, destruction to biodiversity, and contributions to landfill waste. To start discussing in depth the impacts of clean energy production and analysis of each is important to consider. Solar energy is largely created through the use of solar panels and their transition of sunlight and heat to energy. This transition and use does not emit greenhouse gases or byproducts of any kind. The construction of solar panels, however, is not clean. Solar panels are largely made in factories that create carbon emissions through manufacturing. The use of solar panels requires a large spread of land being used to create the most solar coverage possible for energy production. Solar panels also typically have a lifespan of 2 to 3 decades, and after which are decommissioned and recycled. These factors together provide a basic overview of the environmental impacts that solar power generation has throughout the world. The manufacturing and land coverage needed to use solar panels on a large scale makes solar panel energy seem less clean than it often appears. A solution to this can be the use of solar electricity to manufacture solar panels, as well as the placement of solar panels on buildings or in locations that allow for the preservation of land and ecosystems. Clean energy generation through wind is largely done with the use of large wind turbines. The harnessing of wind to create movement of turbines does not emit greenhouse gases or byproducts of any kind. The construction, however, of wind turbines, like solar panels, does not use clean energy. The use of wind turbines requires large spreads of land as they need large open areas to operate effectively. Wind turbines typically have a lifespan of 20 to 25 years and without proper maintenance are decommissioned through destruction. The blades, however, of wind turbines cannot be recycled and are instead piled in landfills. The environmental factors of wind turbines largely contribute to ecosystems surrounding birds, as well as contributions to landfills. Solutions that are gaining popularity are incorporating wind turbines into buildings, as well as creating longer lasting turbines that are constructed using recyclable parts. Another form of clean energy production is the use of hydroelectricity. This energy is primarily created using dams and other techniques of harnessing water propulsion. This transition into energy does not emit greenhouse gases or byproducts of any kind. The construction of dams, however, is massive and expansive as it as it alters terrain and the flow of water formations. The lifespans for dams once built can range past 100 years with proper maintenance. However, if for any reason there is a need to decommission a dam, the deconstruction is also extensive with the incorporation of vigorous safety procedures to follow. The general environmental impact of hydroelectricity is extreme to biodiversity and ecosystems that directly associate with the water being used. Solutions to hydroelectric power having less of an effect on the environment would be to find a way of harnessing water propulsion without extreme changes to the geography and the environment surrounding it. The last clean energy source that will be discussed is nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is created through the use of nuclear fission within nuclear power plants. The practice of nuclear fission is used to generate heat in order to convert water into steam, which is then pushed through a turbine to convert into energy. There are no greenhouse gases or carbon emissions using this process of clean energy production, but the waste product as a result of nuclear fission creates strong safety concerns. This waste product is of radioactive waste, creates health risks when exposed to organic life. The solution used for containment of this waste is to bury it underground and wait for its decomposition. Other than the extensive construction used to build nuclear power plants, radioactive waste is the only negative waste product that affects the environment. Solutions to this would be to find a way of recycling the waste or a method of decomposition at a faster rate. In conclusion, it is very important to be aware of the impacts on the environment that come with the creation of clean energy. Steps need to be taken to further innovate and protect the environment from destruction to its ecosystems. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.